Rolling.
Dick!
I see your lung capacity is still solid as ever.
Oh, absolutely. You know it. If we were to go on a hike right now, I'm packing all the blunts. Whole
Working
day's
those
worth.
lungs out, working those lungs out.
Absolutely. Love it. So, thank you to all of our listeners tuning in this week. It's been a while since we've recorded an episode, and it's been a while since Dick's been on here with me, so I'm super excited to have you back because this episode is going to just be completely off the chain.
I am happy to be back, T. I missed you.
I hope the soundboard is loaded. I don't know what sounds you have on there, but that's just what we're going to roll with today.
So many. Oldies
Good.
but goodies. Oldies but goodies.
Fantastic. If you care to interact with us on social media, you may find Dick on Twitter at I'm Dick Francisco or on Instagram at The Dick Francisco. You can find me on Twitter. I hardly ever use it at CTS Terry. Or on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast.
Twitter is
Dick.
just for bullies.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's out of control. It was a cesspool before, but oh my goodness, fucking, holy, well, yeah. We could do a whole episode on that. But this episode is our latest chapter of the Love Files.
Did you say love files?
Heyo! Yes, I did.
I
know that our listeners love this topic, and this is going to be a juicy one. I got so much fucking meat on this bone. Oh, I don't even know where to start. If anybody
love
has
a
listened
juicy,
to
meaty bone, T.
Oh, yeah, me too. So does Frank, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, generally we eat like dogs. Yeah.
Right. So, to any of our more astute listeners, they may have picked up that I was seeing a fine young woman the latter half of 2022. We'll call her Paris because I met her on a trip to Europe that I went on. And yeah, things were cool. I thought we had a nice little flow going. She came to my cousin's wedding, my family reunion, so she literally met my entire family. She's introducing me as her boyfriend. So things kind of started going off the deep end, though. We got into an argument, and then things just never seemed right after that. But as I started connecting the dots over the course of time, I started to gather that maybe things weren't right the entire time. So I will make it brief, but this person had a pretty extensive surgery that removed a couple of
Tits.
No.
No. Okay.
Jesus, no.
Fingers.
No.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to be guessing.
No. I was going to tell you, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. No. Yeah, no. So it was a brain surgery, and some of the parts that were, yeah. So there were some parts that were taken there that are pretty influential when it comes to emotional regulation, control, things like that, memory, and
like basically all the things that the brain does.
So I think I took for granted, or maybe was too trusting, or I'm blaming myself for a lot of this, and I don't want to blame others, right?
Okay.
But yeah, there's things I should have been more cautious about. Let's just say that. And so the conclusion that I reached here is that I was just one in a rotation of guys.
Oh.
Like literally, yeah.
You were Guy Friday or Guy Tuesday?
No, it was guy every evening and night and morning, and then there would be
Oh,
other people. Yeah, and then occasionally there would be some nights that we wouldn't spend together that would be spent with Guy Friday or whatever.
got
Yeah,
it, got it, got it. Okay.
yeah. So that's pretty awkward, and I ended up finding this out and confronting the individual, and I was like, can you just be honest? Like, look, I already know what's going on. I've been through much worse than this, so I don't know what's going on with you. I wish I could understand it better. I want to help you. I want to be supportive, but can you please at least just be honest with me, and it'll make this whole process much easier. Couldn't be honest, so I was like, all right, well, if you're going to make it difficult for me, I'm going to make it difficult for you. And then just dragged out for months until I confronted her and one of her gentlemen. It was just like, look, dude, shook his hand. I'm like, I don't know if she's told you that she's been seeing a bunch of other people, but yeah, she has been. And I don't know if it's a result of what's happened, but she needs help, and I hope she gets it. And I hooked up with her on Tuesday. So have fun.
So I was Guy Tuesday.
Right. Yeah, that week. And so that's the reality of what it is. And that's where it's at now. And obviously, she doesn't want to speak to me or anything like that. And that's fine. But I'm trying to decide like what the. So I'm trying to figure out what the lesson is to derive from this. And I'm trying to be a good person, right? I want to exhibit unconditional love. Like, this person has clearly hurt me emotionally, even if they don't or can't understand it. That's the part that hurts, I think, the most. Just knowing that this person can't
Yeah.
not care. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between, oh, you just don't care, and not being able to choose to care or not care. Like, not even being able to do that breaks my heart. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And so, how do you be supportive to somebody like that? Because you want to be. You absolutely want to be. I was an ass when I was with this person because I didn't understand it fully, right? I didn't do my due diligence until it was way too late.
But then don't you think the lesson to learn is that you had this experience, it taught you something, you understand better now what happened, so that you don't do this to other people, or so that you ask different questions about people, or you see people differently in the types of relationships that you start to have? Because I think, it's pretty common of us as humans to want to go back to the same place where hurt happened and continue to relive that and continue to try to make it better with that person, versus taking lessons in life and employing them through life. I think you said, whether we were on air or off, you were talking about life is short. And so having your time wasted is impactful to you in an emotional way, and it should be. I think what you then get to take responsibility for, because you just said you wanted to take 100% responsibility, is how you take what you learned and continue to push forward, versus going back to that person consistently and trying to make something there, which is unconditional love or support, or you have a habit of pouring into an empty, bottomless well. Stop doing it.
Was that a personal critique there, Dick?
Of myself or of you?
Of me.
Yeah,
From you.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll say this to you.
Just knowing me, that was a jab. Yeah. No. Okay. I
I'm
just want to
saying
make it
this
clear
to
for
you,
the. Yeah.
T, because I love you and I've known you for a long time. And I know how thoughtful and caring you actually came up in a conversation the other day with some other folks who know you. And that was absolutely their feelings about you as well, right? Was that to have somebody so empathetic, to have somebody so aware and, so in touch in that respect, but you become your own worst enemy too, right? And so you don't want other people to waste your time, but like, I want you to stop wasting your own time doing that. You got to learn this lesson, and that's because of who you are, right? You're going to find yourself in these situations because of who you are. I get hurt because of who I am. I know that, right? So what do I do with that hurt? How do I learn from it? And how does it make me better to other people out in the world, versus getting wrapped up in that cycle with whoever hurt me?
Mm-hmm.
Just my 2 cents on the lesson you might want to walk away with on this one.
That I need to ask for medical records next time?
Well, yeah, duh. Like everyone should have to get an MRI first. So there's that. No,
Jesus Christ.
but I will say, this is a love pro tip for anybody that's listening, because I've had this experience and then I've had the opposite of this experience, which is the more we learn about people, especially when we love them and there's an interest that we take in them. Like when I learn about people and different things that have happened in somebody's life, I'm curious, right? And so without even having to ask them, I want to go learn all about whatever that is, right?
And I should have done more of that.
And that's what I'll tell you is, there was a lot of lust between you and Paris, right? Love will drive you to do those things. So for instance, what episode 20, right? Is episode 20 that episode where I introduce people to dick in the first place?
Endometriosis.
Yeah. So the endo episode, right? And that reality of, I have had this experience where I share that with someone because inevitably it comes up, and it is the onerous of other people. Like, I'll tell you everything you want to know. Did a whole episode on it. I'll do 10 more, right? But that reality of somebody wanting to go learn about that through their lens is super powerful. It's like, I would never ask someone to ever do that. But dang, I'm going to tell you, that's love. That's love.
Right. But I'll also say that people demonstrate their love in different ways as well.
Yeah.
So that I plan on moving to Colorado, and Paris wants to go back to Colorado because that is where she was living previously. And I'm willing to take her and support her, knowing full well that she might not be able to drive, she might not be able to work, she might not be able to contribute equally in a financial sense, in a physical sense, in many other ways. There's challenges when it comes to things like this. And I was willing to accept all of those and bring her with me because that is her happy place as well as mine. And so, if anything, I would want her to just be somewhere where she'd be happy. If this is the life that she's going to be dealing with moving forward, then the very least I could do as a partner is bring her wherever she's going to wake up with a smile on her face every day, right? So, like, she told me, what had happened. And so I was like, all right, well, she's telling me, like, there's how much research do I need to do, or how much more can I glean from the internet beyond what she's telling me. She lived it, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's still cognitively very there, so she can describe what happened to her, and what was happening and what the medicine she's on. Like, that's all there. So I was very empathetic, I believe, in that regard. And there'd be times where we'd be in certain situations and I'd be like, are you sure that this is the right decision to be making based on your recovery?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Should you be doing this? Should you be doing that? Like, I don't want you to do anything that is going to hurt you.
Right.
Right? And so I feel like I was very aware of it and wanted to be supportive.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
I
think
think
we
there
care
was
the best
also-
way we know how, and we also have to be forgiving to ourselves about that.
Right. So there were parts of me that were asking more of her than I probably should have. I should have been much more supportive. And again, though, at the same time, she was leading me on to believe that she was more capable. And clearly she is more capable if she's able to run around and have all these schedules with all these other gentlemen.
I would say what you've learned, though, right, about, say, the brain, for instance, and what a traumatic brain injury and then this type of surgery has provided for her is a disconnect there, perhaps, with empathy, with, some of those really vital parts of the brain and how they function. Like you said, that's what you learned, right? And excuse or otherwise, right? I'm not here to suggest that it is or isn't the reason why she is that way. I think what you learned, though, was about some of those questions. And I will tell you, like, since this is Love Files, let's just put it out there. Like, love prevails beyond, those difficult questions if it's the right person that you can ask those questions to, right? And so if it is offensive to someone might not be ready to be in love with you. And if you're asking it in an offensive way, or in a hurtful way, then you might not be prepared to be in that love, right? Because that might not be love. But those
Yeah, I
are
need
the
to be
tests.
softer, huh, Dick?
What's that?
I said I need to be softer, huh?
Maybe, but if you aren't in need of being softer, you mean you could evaluate your own approach to it, but that's all about compatibility with a human, right? So like if she isn't there to receive that from you and you don't know how to give that, then there's not compatibility there at that stage. But that goes both ways. It could be maybe you don't need to be softer, maybe she just couldn't receive you, or maybe you do need to be softer and then she could have received you. That's all part of learning to love.
That's what I was trying to do. I think I was very,
And
very
you did do it, right? It
honest
just wasn't
and
successful this
communicative.
time. Yeah. Everyone isn't meant to be with everyone. That's, that's real. This is part of the process, isn't it? Right, T? Trial and
Yeah.
error.
Well, yeah,
It's
yeah,
science.
right. But then I've also had other relationships that have gone sour, very, very sour. And those individuals and I have reconciled over the years and been able to continue some semblance of a healthy relationship, right?
Sure.
Not like one in which we're together, but
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have heard me
much
on
more
that,
civil.
right? Everyone stays in my life. That's who I am. That's how I build foundational relationships. Everyone doesn't occupy that same space that they always did in my life, right?
That's what I'm saying. But that could
Yeah.
shift. It could go in and it could go out. It could at different periods of time.
Yeah. And that's through that
Right.
growth and learning. I think that's where I'm at right now. It's been a while, everybody. I haven't been on this microphone with you in a while, T. And
No.
I've lived some life recently. So yeah. It's hard. Dang. Those are hard lessons to learn, but beautiful all at the same time.
And so I think one of the biggest things that I've probably taken away from this experience is the need to be more patient, understanding, forgiving, maybe in real time, and not just handle the situation off the cuff and then try to reconcile later.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for the time being, I'm obviously focused on me. I finally got the butcher block all cut and everything. So I just need to put
That's right.
one.
House update.
One-
House update.
Yep, house update. House update. Hit me with an air horn. Emergency house update.
I know. You almost got Careless Whisper, so careful.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, I went ahead and tried to cut the sinkhole for my butcher block by myself. I got the corners done. Then I went and ran the jigsaw, and things went awry. So I had to get another piece, and we were a little bit more successful that time.
Are you making butcher block cutting boards for everybody out of your scrap now?
Oh, yeah. What's even better is today when we were slicing the ends off of the other two pieces, one of them fell off and broke my big toe. So there's that. Got all those cut up and just got to get it fitted in there, right? And then I can... Yeah, there's just one more board I have to put up for the frame above the dishwasher, and then I can slide that guy in there and, well, screw down the countertops, then slide that guy in there, and then be onto the floor and be done with the kitchen.
Dang.
Jesus. And then I can move on to the bathroom, and then I can paint these walls, and then I can get my driveway laid, throw in some windows, and be done.
This sounds like a good reprioritizing for you. Back in the saddle. Get that house done.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, the goal, Dick, is Colorado by the end of the second quarter, beginning of the third quarter, right?
Okay.
So summertime there. June to be in or around Durango. And that way I'll only be about an 8-hour drive from you. So that's one day.
Yeah. Durango's only
One day.
7.5 hour drive.
There we go.
It's been weighing on me to not be there right now. I just need to make the drive.
I will be there, and then it'll be even more appetizing to go there. But then it'll also be easier for me to just scoot down there whenever, like on a fucking weekend, like just whenever, and just fuck around, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah,
cannot
yeah,
wait for,
yeah.
like, you have no idea how much that excites me to be like just a day drive away from you guys. Oh my God. And to go through the fucking desert.
Oh,
Oh,
it's an
that's such a
amazing
nice drive.
That's why it's
Oh,
weighing on
it's
me
such
heavy
a
that
good.
I'm not doing it. I just
Oh,
need to
it's such
do
a good
it.
drive. Oh my God. Like it would be so fun to just do the drive all the time, like just for the drive
I
because it's
know.
so fucking cool.
I
Oh my
know.
God. I can't wait. And Moab's going to be right over the fucking border. Oh God. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Speaking of love, see, plenty of other things to love. You don't
Oh
need
yeah.
Paris.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, yeah. Isn't that funny though that I just mentioned Moab because I don't need Paris, but
You don't need
there's a
Paris.
woman.
You
There
don't
was a
need
woman
the
of
woman
Moab.
from Moab.
I could find a new woman of Moab though. Oh fuck. Jesus Christ. That's when you know our podcast has been going on too long, is when a second woman of Moab pops up. Oh my fucking God.
That's a stay tuned because it's going to happen.
Oh God, yeah. Let's write this down. Was this episode 133? Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Yes, take note so we
Reference
can
back.
cite it. Right.
Calling
oh
it
my
now.
God.
Second woman from Moab will enter your life.
Woo! That's one of those self-manifesting prophecies, right?
Yes. Yes.
I told you I got my passport finally, though.
Dang. It's
So-
time.
No, I mean, I got it months ago, so we're ready. I mean, we've been ready. Like I said, I mean, it's supposed to be down there like a month ago or whatever. Everything's just fucking gone belly up here. Oh, suck on that, listeners.
I think they missed that.
Yeah, no, I know. There's some that really, really enjoy that. I completely forgot where I was about to go with that.
I think you were going to talk about your revenge tour at some point.
Oh yeah, yeah. So once I found out all this was going down, there was a couple of days where I wasn't blocked, but just wasn't replying. She wasn't replying, right? Paris.
Yeah.
And so I go ahead and hung up with some other chick, and I text her, and I'm like, "Hey, just so you know, I hooked up with somebody that actually goes to the gym and knows how to get me off in under half an hour with their mouth. So you can have fun with whatever you're doing." And I got a reply almost instantly.
Okay, so what are we learning from this?
That if I apply the mindset of a high school sophomore, I might understand what is going on better in this situation. And if I just fuck for revenge, then people seem so simple, right? Right? Like you try to talk
I'm
it
not
out.
falling into that one. Keep talking.
You try to talk it out, and they're just like, oh, no. But then you go ahead and you just start slinging dicks around, and then they're like, well, wait, what the fuck? And you're like, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're playing with the
you had a
what we would
fucking
refer to as the monkey brain then that responds
had-
first. So we've got our fight or flight. We've got our monkey
Yeah,
brain
yeah,
that's
yeah.
purely emotional, and then that human brain that always kicks in last. Got it. Okay, so you're playing in monkey brain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? Petty, emotionally
Yeah.
extended.
Yeah. Not too much because I'm not pouring too much effort into what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm relying purely on the pizza pack and the dick.
How's the
And that's
pizza
the other
pack
thing,
coming,
too.
by the way?
So the pizza pack's great because Domino's just brought back their $3 off carryout deal. So I'm crushing it. Pizza pack's great. And that's the other thing too. Like I wasn't really giving this Paris chick the best dick, and it just seemed weird. You know what I'm saying? But now that I think about it, it was probably weird because she probably just got done fucking somebody else like 2 hours beforehand. So yeah, like, you know, the Pheromones episode. We have to do the Pheromones episode because this made me think of it so much.
Okay.
I was like, the pheromone, just something seems off. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably because she was fucking with other people. Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
it. Let's talk about
Oh,
pheromones, scent,
pheromones.
how bodies respond to each other or don't. Like, all that's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's super real.
Yeah. Something seemed off, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
Okay.
that's not like I can get down with anybody, like any shape, size, height, color, whatever. You know, I've had a variety of lovers and it's always good, right? It's always good. And there's been times where things seem off. And when things seem
Yeah.
off, it's because there's something else going on, right?
Oh,
And
for sure. Of course.
that's always the case. The only times that it's ever felt off is because there was something else going on and our pheromones weren't connecting right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Props to
it's
you for
weird.
being able to acknowledge it and like be aware of it at least after. I think you were
Mm-hmm.
aware of it when it was happening. You just were probably pushing it aside and not being responsive to it.
Yeah, I was just trying. I was trying, but
Yeah, you try
there's
to
only
power
so
through
much you
it.
could do. Mm-hmm.
Stop doing that.
Oh God, Dick, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't
okay.
wait
So
to be out of here.
Revenge Tour 2023. That's what you're embarking upon, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, it's already embarked. Yeah.
It has been
Full
embarked.
sail.
Got it.
Full sail. Full sail. Absolutely.
Dang.
You think I got this king bed for nothing? I mean, it's for me and the dogs, but fuck.
Well, then this is where you sling enough dick for the both of us.
Oh, absolutely.
It's only my name in in lights. It's not anything beyond that.
That's fine. That's fine. Absolutely.
You've got
I
a
need
cover
the
for me too.
I need like the big dick sign in lights, and then I need our on air sign
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
like outside my room,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I can just put like dick on air,
Mm-hmm.
and that way the dogs will understand not to come in.
Right? Show a little
God,
respect.
because they stick their nose where it shouldn't be. They're just so curious. Like there's so many smells going on, right?
Speaking of
Is that
pheromones.
fish? Is that fish? I love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay, so just so we're clear, and we hold each other accountable. Revenge
Yes.
Tour, Tease Revenge Tour 2023. You are just out
Yes.
there slinging dick, not trying to fall in love, not trying to get us back into the same situation because you've learned lessons, right?
All right, so I'll say three things.
Okay.
Number one, focus is the house.
Yes. Yeah, priority.
All right. And then you've got the revenge tour, right? But that's not really a priority. It's
Okay.
just whatever's lying around.
Whatever's
we'll pick up
lying around. Got it.
Whatever's
Okay.
I mean, within my standards, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just taking fucking whatever's lying around. Like this is a revenge tour, right? So
Yeah.
you need to be making sure that these are fucking high marks.
For sure.
Yeah. But third is my heart would be I don't want to say reserved for this person, but I'm not falling in love with anybody else probably anytime soon. And if this person wanted to actually have some type of conversation about what life is like moving forward, because there's not really much we can do about the past, right?
Are you talking
then-
about Paris?
Yeah.
You're
Oh, yeah.
leaving the
Yeah.
door open for Paris?
Oh yeah. Doors always open. Doors always.
T.
Look,
T.
doors
No.
open
No.
for everybody. Doors open for the fucking woman of Moab still.
No.
I mean, fuck.
No.
Bye-bye.
No. What are you doing? We've been through this.
Like I'm not seeking anything out though. This is a situation where one of these individuals would have to approach me and actually demonstrate some sort of growth in their life. Like I said, there was other people that I've experienced far worse with that have been able to come back around, apologize, and we're able to have a healthier friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So part of unconditional love is being able to forgive as well. Not forgive and repeat the same mistakes. You obviously are going to have new boundaries based on your previous experiences, but you can still be able to forgive somebody and whatever after that. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not going to predict the
absolutely.
future, Dick. I'm not predicting the future.
No, that's
So
fair. That's fair.
I'm not
Okay.
closing the door. I'm not a person that closes the door because
I'm
that's
aware of
the only
that.
way. Right. So, you know what
Learn
I'm
to
saying?
close a door, T. Jeez, we don't need to see all that.
No, trust me. Most people do want to see it. That's what I found. That's the best part about the world we live in now. You know, some hacker comes in, they're like, I got your iCloud photos. I got your nudes. I'm going to leak them. It's like, go ahead, dude. I'm probably going to get...
Please leak my nudes because I'm too busy to do.
Seriously, right? Yeah, I'll probably get more numbers this way. Thank
I'm
you.
so busy. If someone could leak
I'd
my nudes
appreciate
for
it.
me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Can one of the interns get on that, please? Thank
Yeah,
you.
where's our interns to leak our nudes ASAP?
Jesus. Come on. What do we pay people for?
I know, right? I'm saying.
Fuck.
Okay,
My
okay.
God.
So you're not closing a door. Got it, because that's not who you are.
No.
That's fair. I understand that about you. And
But that person needs to approach me with a conversation
Okay.
and demonstrate some type of growth.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
I will be
Okay.
like, okay, cool.
I can agree with you on the forgiveness and love conversation because that's an important one. It's one that I've been exploring too, which is that idea of like to forgive, you have to love someone. Like you love someone so much that of course you can forgive them. I think and so I agree with you there, but I think what forgiveness means in the space that we allow ourselves to create for others, I will just tell you, becomes really, really important for you to take care of you. Because you know I'm the sucker who's going to be like, oh, okay, T, you're calling me because you're all upset again, and you gave all your energy to somebody who we knew was going to upset you. And I'm over here going, are you kidding me? Now you want my energy and you want me to hold space for you when you gave it all to her and we knew that she was going to do this to you?
You're
Yeah,
like, I'm not
be
taking this
prepared for
call.
that
I'm not taking this
speech.
call. I'm not taking this call. You're like, T, I got 30 seconds for this bullshit, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen to you, 100%. And I'm going to be like,
Great. Well,
I'm going to shut the door. I'm going to shut the door. Dang,
Jesus.
I'll shut the door for you. Kick it down.
Damn it.
Maybe just
All
kick
right,
it closed.
well,
Kicking it down doesn't help, actually, logically.
yeah, I know, because, God, the hinges
Then it's
you gotta
permanently
fucking put
open.
up. Yeah, yeah.
And then you have to fix that. And you have got plenty of things to fix in the house already. That sets us back.
Exactly. The hinges, yeah. I'm going to
The
break those out.
hinges.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay, so we're not getting unhinged. Got it.
No, nobody's unhinged, but I might get on Hinge, the dating app. So we'll see.
Is that a dating app?
Yes.
Got it. I'm telling you, see, I'm all settled over here. I am content and settled.
Well, I'm happy for you. I was content and aloof for a minute. Well, not so much aloof, just too trusting, you know?
Yeah.
But whatever. That's what happens when you know somebody a really long time. And it was like a dream come true kind of deal. It's one of those things like, you're like, that's never going to happen. And then it happens.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is going on here? And then you're like, oh, I got you. Okay.
So from my personal experience, here's what I'd tell you.
Fairy tales aren't real, Dick. I know. I've been
No,
chasing.
it's not
this
even.
is,
No, I'm here to actually tell you the opposite. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, sweet
like,
Jesus.
I know. Who am I?
I just chased 2 fairy tales and got smoked. So
Yeah,
you're going to have to
well,
really.
Have
you
you
better
not
choose
read
your
a
words
fairy tale
carefully.
lately? They get a little dark here and there too. Little Red Riding Hood. Anyone? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
So
saying.
where's the? So there's got. So all right, go on.
So all I'm trying to say is that yes, fairy tales aren't real. No, I think, from a controlling love, I would say that you can't control who you love. And I probably didn't believe in that statement or allow myself to believe in that statement. Maybe that's the way I should put it, because I've contrived everything in my life and contrived relationships and contrived love, contrived all of those things. And when you stop doing that, man, that's a scary space to be in, because then things just happen and then you have to figure them out. And that's thriving versus surviving. But I will tell you that you don't get to control that. And so I think you've been through some experiences that you're going to get hurt, right? Hurt's real. And if you pace yourself, that's what I'm learning, is spend time with yourself, pace yourself. I'm having to do that through just life experiences in general right now, because I think you said it felt too good to be true, and I'm not here to suggest that things that feel too good to be true can't be true. I'm saying take your time through that because dang.
Yep.
Maybe it's not too good to be true, but you don't need to rush it.
Well, it was rushed. And
I know it was. That's why I'm
apart.
telling you this. Next thing you know, her hippocampus is missing and all the
Here we are.
marbles fell out.
Jesus.
I'm saying.
Well, but I would, and this is where Cheesy T comes in, and he's like, well, I'd like to be there to help her gather her marbles, right?
Yeah, but that's because you're also like, you get something out of like fixing.
Help.
Yes, and helping
Well,
for sure.
just
So
helping people,
you're
just
a giver,
being supportive, because
100% you are.
we've it's not just fixing. Like, we've all got things that we struggle with in life.
You gotta be a lot more, I think, protective of yourself in where you put that energy. You just hand it out for free. You're just like, you're the free prostitute on the street handing out your giving. And I'm like, T, like, you've already told us how well endowed you are. So like, you don't have to give that to just anyone.
Right.
And by well endowed, I mean your giving capacity. Your capacity for giving and empathy is incredible. I know you've always been there for me, even when you shouldn't be. And so I know that. And that's why I tell you, dang, you deserve to be a little more protective of that for yourself.
Blah, I know. I know.
You know.
And then, I know. But then there's also that part of me that's like, fucking look at me. You're right. I do deserve this. And I do deserve to protect myself, but I also deserve to enjoy life.
Yeah.
That's why that's why Adina just got a sweet fucking tune-up. I just dropped $7 fucking grand in that car.
You're ridiculous, for the record.
And then I went and bought an iPhone 14. And then
and AirPods that hung up on me.
Right, yes, the AirPods. I bought myself these tight ass joggers. Like, I'm fucking ready to go. And so, as we wrap this up, I guess that's just where I'm at. Is I have a capacity, I think, that is well beyond people my age, my peers.
Yeah.
To love and forgive. I think a lot of people are still hung up on the sex and lust and possessiveness and this, that, and the other. And I'm obviously not perfect, but I'm going to put a lot of effort into improvement, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we do this.
And that's
part
why
of
we
what
do
this podcast is about. So,
you and me both. Love is real, T. Love is real.
That's the message here, folks.
Yep.
So if you care to leave a comment or you like this episode, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, literally wherever by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast. Be sure to subscribe and you'll be notified when we post our weekly episodes. You can find me on Twitter at CTS Terry. You can find Dick on Twitter at I'm Dick Francisco or on Instagram at The Dick Francisco. Dick, thank you for joining me this week. I appreciate it. It is a huge breath of fresh air in this new year. And to all of our listeners, thank you for being patient.
Yes. Happy to be back.
Happy to have you. And until next week, keep trying to catch the sky.
Bye, everybody.